Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, we're playing Desert Demolition, starring Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. There's a game that I usually refer to. Well, I wouldn't say usually, but rarely refer to, called Roadrunner and Death Valley Rally for the Super Nintendo. One of those Sunsoft Looney Tunes games for the Super Nintendo. And I keep mentioning that I'll never play it. One of the reasons is because of this game. It's just so much better. They got it right while Sunsoft couldn't. I mean, look at this. I mean, you're getting some pretty nice looking action as the Roadrunner. But, and I want to say something after saying but once I can go and show it off another demo. If I can get something else to show off for the demo. You can not only play as Roadrunner, but you can also play as Wile E. Coyote, which is awesome. Something that you don't get to do very often in the Looney Tunes video game universe, I have to admit. So when you're on the title screen, you can use left and right to switch between the Roadrunner and the Coyote, and up and down and the start button let you switch between starting the game and going to the options menu. And if I could wait for the demo to show up. There we go. You can not only play as the Coyote, you can not only play as Wile E, but you can also use some of the little Acme gadgets that he gets throughout the cartoons. And both characters play pretty differently. And I will be playing as both of them. And once we get to the title screen, which I can finally skip to once we're on the Looney Tunes screen, I will be playing as the Roadrunner, Speedicus Burticus. And instead of just starting the game, I'll show off the options menu. You can turn the music that you hear when you move around, and only when you move around, on and off, just by pressing down at this switch. You can turn sound on and off. You can switch between the easy, the normal, and the difficulty. Easy, normal, and hard at the difficulty switch. You can switch between those three difficulties. And you can also play around with the controls for A, B, and C on the final switch. And if you go past the exit sign, you'll start the game. You press down to activate switches. Left and right lets you move around. Down lets you duck. And in the Roadrunner's case, eat the birdseed. Action! We get to do the meep beep sound with the Roadrunner. B lets us use a turbo boost if we have a turbo boost icon collected. And C lets us jump. You cannot use ladders while playing as a Roadrunner, but you can use the trampolines, which makes it easy to get around in the options menu and probably other places as well. And there's really not much else to say, so let's go to the exit. We need to pick up clocks for time, turbo boost, Roadrunner heads for extra lives, stamps for bonus points, birdseed for health, and we need to avoid the Wile E. Coyote and the Acme boxes. If the box is open, or if we see Wile E. Coyote, we need to get far away from him in order to not see him again for a little while. And I am now going to pause the game to show you what there is going on with the heads-up display. In the upper left, you have your current amount of lives, and you have your health. You run out of health, you lose a life. You don't want to lose all your lives. In the upper right-hand corner is your current amount of stamps. If you pick up 125 Acme stamps, you get to go to a bonus level at the end of the current level that you're on. Each level has 2 sections. You want to do as well as you can getting stamps. And at the bottom center is your time. If you run out of time, you lose a life. You definitely don't want to lose a life, especially when you're playing as a Roadrunner, because you don't get a lot of time as a Roadrunner. I only got a minute. And I'm pretty sure that in easy you get more time, and in hard you get less time. And I'm also assuming that you take less damage on easy and more damage on hard too. I've never really looked into it. I've never really played the game on anything but normal, and I was able to beat the game as a kid with both Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. As mentioned before, I will be playing as a Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, but I will be playing as a Roadrunner first. I want to see if I can actually beat the game as a Roadrunner, because I was able to do it as a kid. I don't know if I can do it now because it's been so long. Let's try it. And we have the usual Sonic 2 trappings. We have the little red buttons that act as... Nice. We have the little red buttons that act like the springs. We have Wile E. Coyote just running around. There's the clock. Wile E. Coyote has suddenly left us. There's another clock. We can jump on this catapult to get knocked to the right. And, why are you flying around? I don't like you. And I should have left the birdseed there. If you see birdseed, walk up to it with Roadrunner and press down to eat it. You won't refill all your health, but you will recover a good amount of it, which is always good. And the red circle with the lightning bolt on it is a turbo boost. You can have up to 4 at any given time. If you have one, press B, you'll go at super speed, and you can use that to get away from Wile E or anything really, really bad. You always want to pay attention to the sounds that are played at any given time. You'll know if you'll see traps like the balloons with the anvils on them, which you can use as trampolines to get to any place that you need to. I use it to get to these stamps. And sometimes if you can get the Wile E. Coyote to run to a wall and you happen to be in the vicinity, he'll drop some stamps and a clock. You want to make sure you get all that stuff because it'll be useful. You may really need it at times. And there's a cannon somewhere around here. And if I can get... if I can get to it, I can definitely get myself an extra life. And I really can't afford to dilly-dally around because I'm running out of time here. And he ran into the wall and I couldn't get anything. And I need to get out of here because I only have like 4 seconds left. Well, I'm low on health and I only have 55 stamps, but at least I was able to make things happen. Pausing the game again. We are now in the second section of the first level of the game, Buttes and Ladders, which takes place in some sort of abandoned village made out of little Pueblo buildings. And you have a lot of trampolines. You have a lot of things you can do around here. What the heck am I doing? How am I getting up here? Holy crap. I actually want to get down so I can get some things like these stamps. And I also want to be very careful what I do, because you never know what you might run into. You can run across loops like in Sonic the Hedgehog if you know what you're doing. And whenever you run into Wile E. Coyote and he touches you, you run away for a little while, and it can be kind of just... it can be a little difficult to deal with, and sometimes that will happen. And that's actually not a thing that I wanted to have happen. Like, I'm now more low on time than I should be. And I've lost some stuff, and I now want to avoid the bomb-chucking barrels there. And I also want to stay away from Wile E. And I was able to get away from our good friend Wile E for a little while. Let's see if we can go further to right there. And hey, I found a secret area. I'm not going to be able to find virtually everything. I will, however, try to get to the exit to these levels as well as I can. And you blew yourself up. Great job, buddy. And that's not what I wanted to have happen, but it happened anyway. Yeah, if you see an Acme box, you definitely want to stay a good way away from it. Because having Wile E run into you, bad. Very bad. Don't let it happen. And it's a good thing I went up here for some extra time. And now it's time to get our hands on some stamps. And I hope that I can get my hands on even more stamps. Because that would be cool. That would be really cool to do. And it would also be really cool if I could not run into our friend Wile E at all. And that would also be cool if I didn't run into any of these things. Can we get to the exit in time? We can. There's a bonus level. We have our good friend, or friends, Daffy and Elmer's, giving each other grief. And if I knew what I'm doing, if I really know what I'm doing, I should be able to get further up and get some stuff in this bonus area. That's what I'd like to do. Just keep on jumping. And you should be able to make it to the top, hopefully. Managed to get some time. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any more, but yeesh, I am not having a good time. But I still managed to get some stuff, and I'm able to get some bonus points off of these stamps, which is cool. And that takes us to our next level, Red Rock Rendezvous. Pausing the game now so I can end this video. So, playing as the Roadrunner is kind of like playing as Sonic the Hedgehog. But you have a little bit more control, and it's a little easier to get used to. It's still easy to kind of mess up sometimes. And getting away from Wile E. Coyote can be a pain. You gotta have like a good amount of distance to get away from them. But if you can pull it off, it's amazing. And you could get pretty far in this game and get a whole bunch of stuff. And maybe like me, you can probably show off as much as you can. Again, I'm not going to show off everything, but I'll try. I'll try to show off what I can of this game. And, of course, beat it. As both characters, of course. So, we have made it through one level as the Roadrunner. And I want to beat another. So, join me next time where we go through Red Rock Rendezvous as the Roadrunner. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!